him for life.
Ah.
Good morning.
What's up, boys?
It is Friday, February 6th. The Anti-Hero broadcast is the news entertainment broadcast for first responders, veterans, and all blue-collar Americans. This show, of course, is brought to you by GhostBed. Go to ghostbed.com/antihero. Save 10% on their already ridiculously low prices, pillowcases, mattress toppers, cooling patented technology sheets, and, of course, their award-winning mattresses. Go to ghostbed.com/antihero. You'll save 10% on anything you need to replace in the bedroom, and it'll tell them that we sent you an Elevated Silence. Go to elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code antihero15. Save 15% on your can. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Everything from 22s to 50 cals. Elevated Silence has it. Not a hard process. Jim will walk you through it. Jim's the man. He's a huge supporter of this show. So get a can at elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code antihero15. Save 15%. Who wants a shot at this?
Goon tape. If you're a tactical athlete looking for an edge, get yourself some goon tape. It's made in the USA. It's grippy when it gets wet. They send us a bunch of the stuff. We put it on everything, man. We put it on lacrosse sticks. We put it on guns. We put it on workout equipment.
Tools.
Yeah, we put it on tools. We put it on everything, dude. It freaking works, man. I really like it personally. And I think you guys ran them out of black. So go get yourself some Goon Tape. Save yourself 15%. Use antihero15 at goontape.com. Help us pay the bills.
All right. Happy Friday, y'all. Let's check these comments.
Yeah.
We got the crew in here.
Yeah, we made it to Friday, boys. We made it to Friday. That's what counts. We made it to Friday.
What
what
happened
on Friday?
What happened in Arizona?
Mikey,
Jimmy, hit him. Go.
Okay, so
Jimmy, I don't know if you're being quiet or if your mic's not as high as it should be, but
is this better?
You're just not very
it's
loud.
Not the mic. I don't know what to do about that. I can
just
talk louder if you want me to. Does talking louder help?
I hear him fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm just turned down for you. So apparently there was a domestic disturbance. The police came out to deal with it. They were met with gunfire.
What city?
This was Flagstaff, Arizona.
Okay.
So they were met with gunfire. The cops retreated out of the house. They had a running gun battle with this guy as he escaped. And what happened? He moved from like house to house and was like moving away. They brought in a helicopter. Then this whole gunfight lasted like 2 hours. And then once the helicopter came in, they sort of surrounded him. He had been wounded a couple of times, but not life-threatening. And about the same time he was being brought into custody, the helicopter crashed, killing the pilot and the onboard paramedic.
Oh my goodness. I did see that. It's on video. Do we have video of that?
It's very away.
It's just like a dot falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And
then they just had a trooper shot last night as well. Phoenix. He survived, but it's wild out in Arizona right now.
Yeah, it's a wild place. I can't. When I saw that today, like this is how important that particular shooting was. Normally, when I go do my intel stuff for the morning, I don't get a lot of like police officers were shot and stuff like that, or any of the crime stuff like that, and it just doesn't come up. The fact that this was a good 5 minutes of like in the intel brief, I was like, holy shit. We're getting to the point now where I think, and this was the assessment that they made, was that because of what's happening with ICE, law enforcement in general is gonna be far more at risk for violent direct action threats.
Somebody said hopefully, I wonder if the cartel, Clint said I wonder if the cartel is involved with the kidnapping in Arizona.
That's a wild one too. That's a whole.
I don't know nothing about that.
There's a newscaster's mother kidnapped from the house, and there was a ransom, and then you got people making fake ransoms, and they sent a demand letter to TMZ That's who got the demand letter, and it's like right out of a movie.
Really? Is it still under investigation?
Yeah, she's still missing. Like ransom letters or email sent to TMZ demanding money. They had a description of the house, what she was wearing, so it seemed like it was very accurate. FBI's involved, and then of course, the fake stuff started coming in. And then it was somebody got arrested already for demanding Bitcoin from the family in the middle of the fucking tragedy.
Oh God.
And somebody talked, I believe it was Dylan said it. Yeah, there was a firefighter in Camden that fell off the boat doing maintenance, got trapped under the ice and died yesterday as well.
All right. Well, does anybody have any videos of that?
Wow.
No, these
Wow.
are just stills. This is all, I mean, there was a picture of the boat.
Yeah, there's. I mean, this all broke last night, so
Okay.
unfortunately, we can't get. I mean, even the
There is a video of the
it's like,
chopper falling.
man,
I
here's
saw
the
it before I
news.
went to bed, but I didn't think to save it because I didn't think it was anything.
There was
Well,
I mean, there's nothing really. I mean, it's a dot going down. Nothing that I'd want to watch anyway, really, and sucks seeing that stuff. But there was it's kind of
they did a
I
press
was-
conference this.
Yeah.
They did the press conference this morning, and they did not address what brought the chopper down. So I mean, it could
Yeah,
have been
from what I read last night, they were they didn't even really announce that the chopper had fallen, but they had so I guess because it's public record, they had the audio of the chopper going down. It says we're going down, and then it was another aircraft saying they went down.
I hate flying in those things, dude. I think I've been in it twice. Fucking hate it.
Oh yeah. Well, those law enforcement birds, they're the micro movements are what make you fucked up because they go, they're able to do this, man, and dude, you get sick on those things. It's not like a Black Hawk where it's smooth. These things can go like this and that, and
Yeah,
Mike, you sent a video like an hour ago. Is that the Phoenix shooting?
I think so. I said, hold on, let me see.
Wild video for the show.
Oh no, this is what the fuck is that one? Oh, this is the hostage situation with the child that was killed. Yeah, if you want to play that, I'll talk you through this one. This one's a terrible situation. This is a father holding a kid, I believe his son, hostage.
Jesus
Shit.
Christ.
Happens way too much, dude. All right.
Let's see it.
Show me your hands. Show me your other hand. Stop! Stop right there. Stop! You gotta go to the chest. Hey, good. You move back because he doesn't have sight up. Hey, you need to put that down, man. Hey, take the shot.
Dude.
That's from that one video. This is from the guy with the rifle right next to him.
I'm moving on the stairs. Move on the stairs. He's holding the kid.
Got that
He's
sick
heading north.
Romeo on there.
I'm losing sight.
It's got a magnifier too.
Yep.
I've lost sight of him. Hey, he's coming towards us. Coming towards us. Hey! Show me your hands. Show me your other hand. Stop! Yep. Stop! You got a gun to the chest? You got something? Back, back. Go back here. He doesn't have sight. Hey, you need to put that down. Hey, take the shot.
So I mean,
So
they
You can play
decided
that.
to.
You need to listen to this before you.
Oh, okay.
The briefing?
Yeah.
Okay.
the question is, 5 rounds were fired. Did any of them hit Baker, and did any of them hit the child? So the autopsy has revealed that Baker sustained 4 gunshot wounds and the child sustained 3. We
my
know
goodness.
that 2 of those to the child, the close quarter contacts came from the father. The child did sustain 1 in the leg, and that is going to be determined through further investigation by the coroners and forensic to be determined where that round came from.
Oh my goodness.
So the kid was dead when he walked him out.
No, I think he shot him as he was getting shot,
Jesus Christ.
from what I would gather.
So that's what kicked off the gunfight. The dad fired and everybody else fired.
I think it looks like that guy's fired first. I hate Monday morning quarterback. That's what we're going to say, but the guy with the handgun fires, and I don't know that I would want to take that shot with iron sights unless you're really good. You got a guy with.
Well,
a
that's what
rifle.
I'm saying. Why didn't the guy with the rifle fire? Why didn't he
He
say?
does eventually. I think he fires second, but if from watching it first, it appears the guy with the handgun fire. He actually
Yeah.
says take the shot, and then it looks like he shoots it as well. And I don't know all the details. I wouldn't want to be in that situation. I don't envy those guys under any circumstances. But that's a relatively close rifle shot to take with a magnifier and a dot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that, I mean, in a perfect world, that should be 1 to the side of the skull. But
So are they saying that the law enforcement may have shot the child?
They did.
As well?
They did once. They're saying that there was close, like direct contact shots. Obviously, that came from the father,
Dude, moving
And then,
target too.
and then one of the rounds from the officer. And I don't know that. Maybe he was dead. I don't know that to be fact or not. Maybe the kid was already shot. I can't see if he's moving. But 1 round from one of the 2 cops hit the kid in the leg, which it is what it is. If that was all the case, but it looks like the child was executed by the father due to 2 close contact shots. And like I said, that rifle's there, man. That's the guy that's got the cover. He can put a platform. He can get a good base, and I wouldn't want to be there. I'm not knocking anything those guys did, but you would think that 1 in the skull would be the answer there. And then sympathetic reflex. Could the father accidentally pull the trigger on the gun? You have to deal with all that. I mean, that sucks.
That's
Wow.
the thing that I would be concerned about. Like, unless you can, get them right, right about here, separate the brainstem. Like,
That's a worst call ever.
it's-
That's the worst scenario. That's the
that's-
worst. That's one you don't want to ever
Hey,
be
how do you-
involved in.
Sometimes like we had the conversation yesterday with Dom about we're the only profession that doesn't Monday morning quarterback or shames it, and it sucks because, man, that's not a fucking touchdown pass that was intercepted. That's a kid dead, and I really wish that you feel guilty, like, because I don't know how I would do in that situation. I don't know. I want to sit there and say I wish the dude with the rifle hid in the bushes, turned his light off, and just waited for him to pass by, and maybe But-
And you can't. That's the stuff that's tough, is because we watch that and think, like Call of Duty. I'll just run here to the bush. And I'm not saying you're shitting on him for saying that, but that's what we do, and then we think. And if you don't break that down and think about that, and somebody doesn't watch that, you're never going to think. And then I go to default back to the cops that never even consider this call. There's people right now in some small town or anywhere else that don't even consider this call could happen. Don't take their rifle out. Don't check their optic battery. Aren't prepared to even think about that. And then it happens, and there you are. And I've seen people at the range with rifles, cops that can't hit the fucking blue man, from fucking 20 yards. So it's like now you got to take a headshot on a hostage situation. That's not the first time you want to know if you can make that shot.
Yeah, I wanna watch this again because I do. I mean, dude, I'm just gonna say it like this: unless you're like a guy that trains pistol all the time, I mean,
It should be.
or gal,
They're cops with handguns, but yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't take that shot.
Iron
I wouldn't
sights is
take
tough.
that shot.
That's a tough
Yeah,
shot with iron
that's
sights, man.
I mean, I'm sure there's some dudes in the Delta Force that could do it, but like,
Oh, there's plenty of cops that can do it, but
Yeah.
I don't know that not all of them. But your job is to carry a handgun 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You should probably want to
You know
if
what?
you can do that.
This guy, your mom said hello, one.
yeah,
Hey, he makes a good point, man. Monday morning quarterbacking is necessary and required to improve future calls that are similar. Cops got to get out of their feeling about shit being dissected. And what it is they chose the profession. And
I agree.
You're choosing the profession. You're choosing. I mean, I understand everything, but I really do. I think he's right. I don't even know if your mom has said hello as a cop or not, but you chose this profession and then you can't back out on a call like this.
The
Whoa, this is
act
too much.
of yeah, the act of watching these videos and thinking about what would I do? How can I do this better? Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do that. Will absolutely help the next time you are in a bad situation. Even, I mean, thinking about what went right and what went wrong and how you could do it better is never a bad thing. And people should be okay with being
Yeah, that
like,
kid's alive
hey,
right there for sure.
yeah. And now he's not.
And that's where I go back to. And it's the first time I ever said it, and I stand by it now. And I think it'll be my new example. Is all the cops want to be paid now? What do they complain about? Athletes and professional athletes making so much money and how ridiculous it is. Well,
What they perform.
you go let a lineman miss a block in the second quarter on 3rd and 4. That motherfucker's going to get railroaded in the fucking meeting on Monday or Tuesday when they watch the video and go, "Hey, dumbass."
And by ESPN and by all the
you
fans.
blew this fucking block. You let the quarterback get fucking sacked. The ball was fumbled. What are you doing? Like, fix it. And they're going to go work on it over and over and over.
You've seen when a kicker misses a field goal, they'll literally say statistically, they're going to not bench him because of this, that, and the other thing, but they can't miss 2 in a row. Like, they can't.
Yeah, I know. And Heather says,
Don't have a job.
Statistically, in that case, you're gonna. I mean, maybe I would think again. Perfect world, like you said, distraction. Somebody says, "Hey, man, don't do that," and one guy is lining up to take that shot. That's over as fast as you can end it. That should be one shot straight to the skull, and that's the only place you're putting somebody's lights out immediately is the tee. So you gotta end it. That's the only way to end that.
Yeah, I would want to get him right through there.
We had a very similar one. The guys went around and I talk a lot of shit about my SWAT team and the guys I worked with, but there are some of the guys I don't even, I'm not fond of. They absolutely performed in a very similar situation here where a dude took like a 30-yard headshot of a hostage, dude holding the female hostage at night, and it was completely dark, black, and they said go. The helicopter illuminated the scene, and the dude took the shot immediately and lights out. One shot right to the fucking skull. And
Heather asked, do you typically try and negotiate or take them out ASAP?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Yeah, you take them out. I mean, there's no negotiate. I mean, you can't spend time with that one. That's got to be a lights out call immediately.
Yeah, I mean, because Nick was bringing it up last night. Don't rush, don't kick the door, don't do this. And I don't know, man. I've never been in a hostage situation before. I've seen some badass videos. Orange County, the SWAT team that I was on for a little bit, they took out a dude a couple years ago. There was one in Florida with a jail. There was a hostage in a jail, and they took a sniper shot. What's it, like Polk County or Lake County?
Yeah, no, yeah, I remember right through the fucking glass. They were standing outside the front. Yeah. Well, so Nick's situation last night's is a little different because you have a barricade involved and you have some type of barrier. In this one, there's really no time to negotiate. Negotiate is when the guy's fortified his position, he has hostages, and he's gonna, he's in there. When you have an immediate presentation like this one, lights out is the only option. With the guy doesn't have cover, he has nothing barricaded. As soon as you get,
it looks like he's moving towards the car too.
Yeah, he's probably trying to leave.
If you could,
going to leave,
if you can get him to stop, if you could just get him to stop or get him to move in a direction, like keep him moving in one direction and keep him facing.
And you got to remember
hey, I could get him. I could
break it up.
Want to try that shot if I didn't have to.
But you remember?
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, you broke up for a second right in the middle of that.
Yeah. I was just saying, like, look, as a sniper, if you could keep him still, that'd be great. Perfect world. But if you can't, if you can keep him moving, in the same direction, don't make him change direction, and don't, keep his attention. I can make that shot. That's not a hard
shot.
The
other thing in the cops, that you can't factor in is we've all been mad. Yeah. We've seen red, we've screamed, we've thrown stuff, we've all probably broken stuff. I've never been to the point where I've got a gun to my own kid's head. So you have to think of the mental status of this guy, that he's to the point in his life where he has a gun to his son's head. Like, that is beyond all of our wildest dreams. Nobody's thinking that. I can't get that in my head. I could never imagine even pointing a gun at my child, let alone holding them hostage and putting a gun to their head. So you have to remember what you're dealing with too. And we say, oh, I would, try to do this, try to do that. I mean, you're dealing with a guy who's absolutely in a position that none of us can even imagine what's going through his head. So that's another factor that you have to really think about, that this guy's not, this is a non-negotiable situation with this guy.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and again, you got to make that call, right? You got to look at that situation and go, okay, based on what I can see from this, I think we're going to have to put this dude down sooner rather than later.
No, absolutely. I forget what state that is. I think it's in the video. Let me look.
I can't
What
imagine.
state was
Las Vegas Metro.
That's just, okay. That was okay.
Yeah, Las Vegas
I
Metro
can't-
PD.
I can't imagine putting a, like using a kid as a hostage in general, but like,
and that shot too, man. I've seen harder shots made with iron sights with pistols. So I'm watching this video and I'm not, Mike said, watch it till the end. So I'm thinking that kid lived, because the distance from, I'm like, again, Monday morning quarterbacking. I've never been in that scenario, but I was looking at comparing it to all the other ones I've seen. I'm like, this might be an easier shot to make. But I guess it wasn't.
Yeah, and that's where we go to training, and that's where I get with like law enforcement training at the gun range. Most agencies, you shoot the blue man, you got 40 rounds, you can make 32 or whatever it is. That's it. So then we go with the SWAT, and I'm not, I make fun of SWAT a lot, but we spent hours shooting 2-inch targets of steel from 15 yards. Like we practiced that over and over. And when you miss, we're missing, barely missing. You're seeing it vibrate, you're nicking the stand, but you're aim small, miss small. And then, then we would shoot a little further back, 20 yards with a, 4-inch target. But we did it over and over. And then the speed came in. And then you go to SWAT roundup and you'll watch a guy clear, 8 2-inch targets from 7 yards in like 4 seconds. And he's just tick, 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 tick. That guy's been there. He's thought about it. He's trained it. He's shot small. Now you have a headshot from 15. That's simple. The guy will knock that dude's eye out from, but when you've never done it, and now we saw New York twice. We have New York with the guy screaming for 20 minutes about drop the knife. We got the New York where the lady, yesterday where the guy runs out the knife and Mamdani goes. And, those guys are shooting once a year, man. Now you got to take a headshot on a guy from, and Las Vegas, I would assume Squared Away, I know those guys are Squared Away out there. That's a pretty decent agency. And, so that's tough, man. That's a tough call to be in.
Heather says, Mike, when you train like that, do they try and put you in duress, like your heart rate up?
As well as I do. All they got to do is pull that little box out and put the beep on. As soon as that thing goes beep.
Stand by.
Yeah, as soon as you hear standby, we would do, I got videos, even with JoJo, we got videos where we'd start at the 50-yard line. We would run in, do like 10 push-ups, run out, run back in. Now your heart rate's way up. You've done push-ups. Then you draw and take, you got, 5 steel targets to clear. So you always try to induce some type of stress, but nothing recreates a baby.
I'll tell you what, man.
A kid looking at you, his dad with a gun to a head.
I was at an agency with a lot of funding, and they really never turned down any type. If training was brought to the table, like I said, the only one they didn't do that I know of was the around the car simulation training, because everybody's a pussy and doesn't want to get shot with sim rounds. But I can tell you this: there's no annual training for a hostage shot. No, we've been seeing these videos for a couple years now. It's become a lot more prominent, and a lot of them, more than they should, end in catastrophe. And it's the word, because I couldn't imagine being that cop. I couldn't imagine it. I have a guy
that follows me, real good dude, and he sends me all his training videos all the time. This dude's from his body cam, he does it on his own. If I posted that, people would call him a psychopath or a weirdo. He fucking trains in his living room with a laser system on his gun, and he trains fucking hostage shots, and he trains retreating, and and over and over and over. And 95% of cops would look at this fucking moron, look at this guy, until it's time to do it. And you're like, hey, I'd really like to be that guy. So we would make fun of him. If I sent those videos to anybody randomly, they'd be like, look at this fucking moron out here, shooting in his living room and drawing his gun. But it's right. But it's he takes his shit really serious. And I mean, I know we go down the road, but cops don't take this shit serious, man. How many people are drawing their gun and taking hostage shots once a day? You know, my wife, every fucking shift, man, that gun magazine comes out, clears her weapon, and she takes 30 to 40 dry fire shots before she leaves the house every single day. I mean, you got to be ready, man.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, I don't understand why people wouldn't do that. I really.
That they
Can you
don't-
guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you went to another digital. You went digital for like 5 seconds.
I don't know what's
was
going
like,
on.
I
Let me
don't
back out because it keeps like it. Dude, it for some reason it's going fine, and then all of a
No,
sudden
you're
it'll
good
just
now,
go,
dude. You're fine now.
Yeah, it's just random. It's not bad.
Yeah,
Bad.
internet's
Hey,
good.
Nick.
Everything's good. I don't know if I need to clear the cache or something like that. Where
It's
it's
Lewis's
just
fault.
Does anybody know who this guy is? Saw this last night before
I left the
bed.
department
town.
because every briefing was 10 more things we can't do, 10 more things we can't say. And I remember telling my sergeant, so now we're just secretaries with Glocks. They made foot pursuits out of policy. I'm like, I'm out. This is fucking dumb. We're not allowed to enforce the law and protect our citizens. I'm out. Why do these cops sit on the job for their 20-year pension, but you ain't doing shit? You're not protecting the people. Why are you obeying these unlawful orders, or why are you staying in that line of work? I mean, a lot of good guys are getting out, and the sad truth is nationwide is then you get the yes men that become cops and they lower the standards.
Boom.
And
This guy
you
gets it.
see the cultural shift in law enforcement where there are people that are just happy to collect a paycheck and sit in their cars and mind their business, as opposed to getting out and hunting bad guys and protecting people. It's sad. Like, there's no reason why any cop anywhere should just be sitting around and not helping the people. Like, that's just insane. If you're a cop doing that, that's why I left the department,
town.
because every briefing was 10 more things we can't do, 10 more things we can't say. And I remember telling my sergeant, so now we're just
yeah.
Does
Looking at
anybody
him,
know who that is? Mike, you know who
No,
that
I'm
is?
looking. He doesn't follow very many people. He's on Instagram, Spotify, Apple, and Rumble. He's not on YouTube.
But
He's
that guy seemed more like a guest.
Yeah. Well, no, he's in. Oh yeah, maybe. No, he's definitely the host because he's in every video
Okay.
on their Instagram.
Hey, they're wearing a Bucks
Um,
hat, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
good vibes _ podcast with Clark and Ryan. I don't see, they don't follow anybody. They only have 2,300 followers. But yeah, it seems like he knows what he's talking about.
I wonder if he was TPD.
Doesn't say. Having fun, good vibes. Tune in our weekly podcast to have a chat about topics and us and interview guests. And then he's got his platforms where he's at. Got a website. Let's see that. It talks about where they're from. I'm a former Navy SEAL, police
That guy
officer,
is?
contractor. One of them is Clark Impostado.
Are you on a website or on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm on his way. If you go to goodvibesdude.com.
Good vibes, dudes. Okay.
I don't know if it's dude or dudes. I can't see it all the way in my browser. One's a Navy SEAL, and one is looks like a civilian.
No.
One he's working with the Danny Dietz Memorial Fund, the other guy.
All right.
Yeah. Man.
There's a lot of people out there. It's like we talk about, like with the advertising and marketing. Like there's this guy out there, like nobody knows it, you don't know he's there, but like people don't know we're out there. It's wild how big the internet is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
All right,
it's a big C.
I'll spice something. Lighten up the mood real quick. You
Yeah.
ready for this?
Yes.
What is it?
No boy.
Maniga. Maniga. Where is it? Maniga. 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 I don't have a very loud voice. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Maniga.
They started yelling it to a group of black people. Did you see that?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Great anarchy, dude.
Oh boy.
Dude.
What happens if they get beat up? You think he's responsible?
I don't know.
I was thinking that. I was actually thinking that. You wanted me to play this one, Mike?
I don't remember what it is. I don't know.
Uh,
Hopefully it's nothing bad. But it could be bad. I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, this is a you fucking asshole, dude.
I just think it's funny. This is
It is
like
funny.
hosting with Mike. A lot of the time, I sit and he's right to my right, and I can't look at him because I know him so well. I know when I'm going to look over and he's just going to be staring at me, and I just
Completely just I like gobbled it up. It was so well done, and all of you play a part in that chemistry. Vanessa Sue is a soon-to-be mom who's going to be stepping into this massive new role, but she also wants to hold on to her career and still save the world and protect the citizens.
I spoke to Matt and Kevin and everybody about any tropes, and I was worried about it at certain points, you know. And he annoyed him sometimes because I was thinking about it so much because there are so many cliches associated with so much of the time mothers in films over the decades.
and I can't ever tell when he's not looking at me.
My aunt's funny, David.
He's just making funny faces at me. He's being very unprofessional.
Listen to Big Sister, very boring old.
Yeah,
Oh,
anybody listening, that's the
really-
Avengers and the cast for the Avengers in an interview, and she said, "I just loved the movie so much I gobbled it all up, and one dude
And that
just
was
couldn't
it.
stop laughing."
And that was it. I do it too. I sit like this and I just look. I look over like this and I'm waiting for him to look at me. And I can see him. He's like trying not to look. He keeps his head straight, and I will not break until he finally looks at me. And then as soon as he looks at me, I just look away.
Oh man. I mean,
Yeah,
being-
but
That's
there's
the
a train
worst.
video.
That's the worst. That is the worst feeling. I sent it to my buddy Matheson, the guy I worked with my whole life, my ride or die, one of the few loyal cops I ever met. And I remember one day we were in when we went to traffic court. You guys are huge. You probably didn't have to deal with this, but when we went to traffic court, is rather small. So it was like you walk in the courtroom, and they would put all the cops in the jury box where the jury would normally sit, and then all the defendants would be in the gallery, and something would happen. And there we are in fucking front of a judge, all these attorneys, other cops, and all these defendants, and you're sitting in the jury box and just trying not to laugh, and you're looking at your buddy, and like there's a dude in there telling some fucking sob story about the most ridiculous story about why he was speeding, and oh god, I would sit there and the pain of trying not to laugh. That's probably the best place, the worst and best place for it to ever happen is right in the middle of court.
I mean, has anybody ever broke?
Oh God, yeah, you can't help it, dude. Like you're like, these people are telling fucking up there telling their sob story about why they stopped or why they didn't pull over or why they were speeding, and you're just like, dude, this fucking guy. And then
Dude, Jimmy, have you
Yeah.
seen that? Well, you guys have both probably seen it. The guy is getting awarded like the Medal of Honor from Obama, and he starts laughing.
Oh yeah.
yeah, because he says something
Yeah,
stupid there too, right?
So Obama was like, up down at the outpost, his friends were getting pounded.
Yes.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like the the caption I saw was, "You can take the guy out of the infantry, but you can't take the infantry out of the guy." And he's just like, he goes like this.
Yeah,
It's-
dude, that's the worst feel. That's the worst feeling when it's like not appropriate, and you're like, "Fuck, man."
it's like because like everybody else is like all of your buddies are back there. Like if somebody had said that, we would have been like, "No, are they getting pounded? How are they getting pounded, bro?"
Oh God, I mean, like her, she says, "Gobble it up," and it's like, "Oh God, there it is."
Yeah, I mean, there's no way around that, dude. You can't, just is what it is. man.
Ficus 432 15, whatever that is. What country are you
That's
from, bro?
that's Israel.
We just took money from this. Oh boy.
So that's literally 15 shekels.
All right, nice, man. I'm laughing because I'm so stupid. I don't know what anything means or anything. So y'all are Monday morning quarterback, and I mean not in a bad way, y'all being fair, but these guys should be in the ready room hot washing this within 24 to 48 hours. I mean, the way
Should be doing it immediately afterwards.
they're off, they're home with their families, waiting on. I could imagine this. You're waiting on no one's really going to be reporting to you whether they live or die because they know you can't handle if they died. You're sitting there wondering if they die, am I going to go to prison for the rest of my life? While you tell your wife at 3 a.m. what just happened, and you got what 48, 72 hours before you're talking to giving your official statement. You know what happened. It's a fucking nightmare scenario. But you know, like I said, if this was a fucking like you're kind of if you're talking military. Yeah, if you're a fucking dude and you smoke a dude in a room, yeah, you'll probably be debriefing it.
I mean, it depends though. I mean, if you're doing a hit, sure, but in a firefight, like no, that's not. It's like firefights are weird, man. Like you get into a gunfight with people, and you know, like, hey, did you shoot that guy? I don't know, dude. I was shooting at the guy in the fucking red pants.
You know, and that's like the military version. I get it, like it's war. But in the cop world, like what we see all the time, dumb mistakes. We got the video of the girl tasing her partner, all the things we see every day. When you do this job and it's videoed, you potentially are going to end up in court. Like that video lives forever. So wouldn't you want to get better? Wouldn't you want to improve on things and make sure they're done correctly? And it just doesn't happen. It doesn't. It's like a taboo almost to, like we talked about yesterday, Tyler, like to say, hey, I want you to watch your video back and I'm going to show you what I think you did wrong. And it's almost like you get defensive immediately. And I'll tell you, coming from the older generation, when I made sergeant, fucking first day I make sergeant, first day on the road on my own, pursuit. And I hear the officer just not stopping. And I'm like, here I go. Like, I know what I would have done when I was a cop. I'd have fucking lied on the radio, done everything against policy to get up to that car and do it. Now you're in charge. So what do you do? So I ended up shutting it down. And based on who the cop was that called it out and all that. My best friend, Matheson, lieutenant, friend forever, he pulls me in. He goes, pulls the video. He goes, watch this. And then he shows me everything I did wrong. And it's like, okay, like from experience, here's what I saw. Here's what you did. Here's what I think. That's the right way to do it, in my opinion, is just not in a make fun of, not in a let me embarrass you type manner, but sit down and this is what, and I was like, damn, dude, I didn't even think about that. Right. Well, you're never going to think about it if somebody doesn't tell you about it. So but it's, you know, as well as I do, if you pull up to any road dog and you say, hey man, we're going to watch your video, it's going to be defensive. It's going to be excuses. It's going to be arguments about why. And that's not what it's about. It's about like, I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm trying to just show you like, hey, you might want to think about this. You might want to think about that.
Well, these are things that a good sergeant could do.
They should do.
But here's the thing is, I mean, it is what it is. You're dealing with, like I said, you're dealing with kind of children. You need to go do everybody. If you were a sergeant that had a good relationship with all of your guys, know where they want to go, know their weaknesses, know their strengths, and also sat down with every single one of them and said, I'm going to pick apart something, dude, because we're not perfect. So I think that would really bring down the level of defensiveness if it's like, well, Sarge is doing this to everybody. I've seen him do it to everybody.
And that's how it should be.
Told me he's going to find something because we need to be learning.
Yes, but it's frowned upon now because of the way that this police world has flipped and this young generation comes in that is, they don't like being told they did something wrong. They've never been told from mom and dad they did something wrong. They never got their fucking ass beat by mom and dad for doing something wrong. So you have this whole generation that's just cruised through, and that's just the world. The world has changed. But when you try to critique them, it's like you're the asshole. They flip it, and they get the kind of the admin now because what cop, nobody wants to work anymore as a cop. They, you know, the agencies are having trouble filling jobs. So it's like, oh God, let's not piss all these people off. We don't want them to leave, but we want to make sure they're okay. You're almost like frowned upon for even the basics of like, hey guys, you know, I asked you to do a perimeter, and I got on the radio nicely and I said, do a perimeter. And when I got to the scene, you six were standing in front of the house with your dicks in your hand, looking at the front door. And it's like, I wanted you to do. Now, when I became a cop, if that happened, Sarge would have walked up and said, you stupid motherfucker. And you would have got screamed at, embarrassed. And guess what? You'd never do it again. You would absolutely go on a perimeter and never do it again. Now you have to like navigate that and say, hey guys, you know, you disobeyed everything I said on the radio. None of you listened, but I get it, man. You know, next time, let's get them. And you have to present it that way. You can't do the old school way, or it's frowned upon. So, and then they don't learn. and then they get away with like, hey, all I'm gonna do is get like a little talking to, and I'll just fucking tell them to go fuck themselves next time. So it's like, it's we're losing it, man. We're losing it fast.
Well, I mean, it's already kind of gone in a lot of places, and there's not really much we can do about that. If you want, you can't have a kindler, gentler police force. It's just not the way it works.
Speaking on the topic, I know you what do you got, about like 15 minutes, Mike?
No, I can go another 30, about 12. I gotta be there at 2, and it's an hour drive. So if I get off at like a little after 12, I can get changed and go.
All right. So this one Heather sent to me. It's a rather long one. It's longer than we usually break down. So we'll talk during it. This was a mental health call. You might have seen it before. It's pretty standard, but the civilian in the video doesn't say shit until the very end, and he gives his dumbass take on it. And at the end of the day, it's a routine mental health call that goes hands-on. Some stuff's done. And it's kind of like, I want people to, while we're in the topic of questioning whether law enforcement should be involved in mentally ill people, I want everyone to think about how a social worker would handle this call.
I think he's lost his mind for real. He's sober. He's not high. He's not drunk.
Take that comment down.
He's talking out his head.
Man, we can go outside.
We quit drinking.
What's up, man? Oh, look at my. Bro, what are you doing?
So first off, I want to say, Mom says he's not drinking. He's not on drugs anymore. I have never once listened to a mom tell me about her adult son in this situation, because she is going to want to believe, and I don't blame a parent. But that's not a credible source. Oh, my son's not drunk and he's sober now.
He's a good kid now.
I'll make that determination.
I'm the one that called. He hit me in the head.
I never.
I'm almost 70 years old.
Eyes up here. Come over here.
Can I stop right there real quick?
Come over here. Nope.
You already have a crime now.
Mm.
He hit me in the head, so it's a crime. So I get it's a
Mhm.
mental health call, but at this point he's goes to jail. But that's my first.
I thought the crime was flashing them big ass titties, but
Yeah, that's part of it. And those jail tattoos, but
He's not drunk and he's
Come
not
over here.
high.
What's wrong with you, dude? You okay?
No, he's
Cover your
not.
nose.
Oh, that's
Come over.
just
Step
a.
out. I do not have COVID.
That's a breathing.
I got you. Step out.
listen to Mom sitting there trying. No, see what that is. It's like, it's so hard, but you have to tell Mom, get the fuck back. You called me.
and you already told me
Like,
he
you
hit
guys
you,
called
so
me.
I can arrest him.
Here,
I'm sorry.
you okay? Step out
I got
here.
anxiety. That's a
Come on.
breathing strip for sleeping.
Step out here. I'm here for good reason. You're not. Okay, I'm here because you punched this old lady.
That cocaine,
Back
cuz.
I'm scared.
Turn around.
Like this.
Turn around.
Baby.
Nope. Turn around. Relax.
Your skin's scared.
What? I'm not fighting with you. Turn around.
You're black.
Turn
You
around.
don't even know it.
Come out here.
Oh, what's wrong with your
Say
thing?
you're black.
Take it to the hospital,
Nope.
please. Please.
Embrace.
Back up.
Embrace.
Now I'm in the
All right,
house.
so-
Holy Jesus Christ.
He just bucked up to a cop. Cop had to push him away. Now, mind you, I want you to think if all of this was just a social worker, right? A social worker or a paramedic.
Get away from me.
Embrace.
Get away from
I
me.
thought you was a girl.
Relax.
What, say you want to push him? 'cause you
Don't
think he's
touch
a
me.
girl?
Don't touch me.
Don't
Turn
be
around.
afraid of
Can
me.
you
I
pause it real
am.
quick though? Can you point? A Monday morning quarterback. This cop went from having earth behind him to run to or get away to now
Yeah, and put himself in the
positioned
corner.
himself in the back where he has a house, an unknown house, and a wall behind him. Just my first observation. It's a very bad position to be in.
It's exactly what I was thinking.
Turn around.
I will never turn around.
Turn
for you,
around.
bro.
Turn around.
Hey, you are so stupid. I'm about to touch you in one place and you're gonna die.
Baby, baby.
Look at that.
Whoa, okay.
Now, Mike did bring up a good point. You have a crime. This now you have a misdemeanor and you have a mental health crisis. Now that misdemeanor, if you wanted to, can take precedence over worrying about this guy's well-being and his state of mind. However, you get a social worker in there or EMS in there that goes and does this. They might not know they have a crime. They might not know, okay, we got to call the cops. And you're still going to be waiting on a 5-minute response from the cops once you call 911. So, that's the benefit of having law enforcement show up. Is this now is a criminal investigation?
No, baby.
Back up or I'm going to fucking mace you.
No,
Back
are
up.
you right?
No,
Oh,
get
I've
out.
seen this one.
Get on the
I didn't see it
ground.
from the beginning though.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Hey, bro, I feel like I'm on
Get on
fire.
the
I'm
ground.
allergic to peppers.
Then get on the ground now.
I'm allergic to pepper.
Cocaine is good. I'm allergic to pepper spray.
Get on the ground, all the way on the ground. Get on the ground, all the way.
Hey, you smell kind of good, bro.
All the way. Get on the ground. I'm going to spray you if you don't get on the ground right now.
Smell really good.
Get on the ground right now.
I'm so sorry.
Get on the ground right now. I don't care. Get on the ground right now. Get on the ground.
I'm allergic to peppers.
Pepper spray deployed.
I don't know. I swear to God.
Get on the ground right now.
I just told you not to do that to me.
Dude, right there. The guy stands up, looks me dead in the eyes, and goes, "I just told you not to do that to me, dude." At maybe
Well,
not me, but that's a point where a gun could be drawn. Like, dude, you are literally my less than lethal equipment is not working on you, and you stood straight up, looked me in the eyes, and started walking towards me and said, "I just told you not to do that to me." Like,
if you want my opinion, this is a very untrained, very scared police officer, not ready for this confrontation, just on where we're at already. Because hands-on should have been, we should already be scrapping.
oh yeah, he should have been speared into that door frame, dude. and
Yes,
just-
but go ahead. Like I said, this is ugly.
This is the guy that wants to fuck him up. He's getting there.
In 10 miles, turn right.
Get on the ground right now. You're going to get
10
it
miles,
again.
it said turn right.
Get on the ground right now. You're going to get it again.
Back that way.
Get on the ground right now or you're going to get it again.
Give it to him again. Why are you telling him?
Please.
Get on the ground right now.
I need to watch that.
Get on the ground.
Baby,
All the
down,
way on the ground. Get on the ground.
down, down.
Roll over.
All right, you
on the
are going to
ground.
see what Mike is saying when he goes to handcuff this dude. I don't know. It looks to me like this cop is visibly shaken, but I could be
On
wrong.
your stomach.
Could just be shaky camera.
Civilization. I asked you nicely, bro. You don't believe me?
That's the luckiest cop on earth that it ended like that.
Yeah.
The luckiest cop. I thought we were headed a lot different place.
21 times on a
Stay down. Stay
So-
down.
Peppers?
The rest of it is really it's just the car process and getting this fucking knucklehead that's mentally ill into a car. They take him to, they put like this.
You're a zipper zone
I've never seen this before. But
This.
they put like a helmet
Oh,
on.
they got the hats on.
Anyone's going to push me. I'll step back.
Everybody's got a hat on.
Acting there.
No, you're not going to understand this, Michael.
He's standing right out there. Just say he didn't. Then anyone's.
Jeffrey gets the help he needs. He is
You know what,
Man was
you know what
happy.
agency that is?
No.
So let me be a dickhead real quick.
But this guy goes pretty much and gives his opinion. He said, I guess the cops did, a pretty decent job. But, it's just, and at the end of the day, it's like, what more did you want that cop to do? I'm telling you, if that was me, you wouldn't have liked the response because I don't know that this guy's mentally ill. I have to assume he might be on
mental
narcotics.
illness takes a back seat. That's cool. We're all, we're all mentally ill. I'm very mentally ill. We're all mentally ill, but mental illness takes a back seat to public safety, officer safety, and all that. And unfortunately, the suspect in HIPS comes last. Hostages, innocence, police, suspect. So his mental illness is cool. And I'm sorry that whatever chromosomes got mixed up or whatever, vaccine caused you to act like you did, or the COVID shot, that takes a backseat to safety. And you can't put safety out of the way. Where I really go to this as a disaster is and I worked for this type of agency, you see now he's got to go explain to the sergeant, whoever's there, all the things he did and why he did them. You can see that's what I believe has happened. Hey, he did this. That to me shows it's a bad agency. That's why I'd like to know what agency it is, because I don't give a fuck what you did. If that guy's in the backseat of the car and he's in cuffs, good. Go get him out of here. I don't need you to recreate it for me and retell it to me. All around, that's a 1 of 10, in my opinion, that whole scene.
Damn.
You hear, think about it. You hear crime.
1 out of 10?
I mean,
They scored a 1 out of 10. That guy is lucky that the dude on cocaine decided to lay down, because that's probably the first video I've ever seen anybody decide to actually lay down after being pepper sprayed and not keep going. So they got lucky. But that dude was big. That dude could have gone a billion ways. What's in the kitchen? What's in that guy's apartment? Guns, knives, weapons of mass destruction?
That's what I was talking Heather about, is that, you know, when he took off initially before he got sprayed, he turned around and started going back in that house. As a cop, you got to decide. You got about 1 second to decide how you're going to handle that. If you can tell there's nobody in the house, and you're like, hey man, I already ate lunch, fuck it, let him close the door.
Yep.
We'll write a warrant. We'll fucking file charges on him.
Yep.
Whatever.
There's a lot
SWAT's
to
not
unpack
coming
there.
for SWAT's not coming for a misdemeanor domestic violence call. They're not gonna. What they're gonna do is they're gonna say, file on them. Some states will let you write a warrant on a misdemeanor if it's domestic violence. So if you don't want that and you want the arrest and you want, like cops, like I don't want to go do that whole investigation and have that little bitch fucking running his house and I have to do paperwork and I don't get an arrest. That's what's going to go through my head. Second, what's going to go through my head, which should be first, is he's going to go in there and get a weapon and he's going to turn this whole situation into something it doesn't need to be. So therefore I'm stopping that, kind of like Mike always says, force before is good rather than an extreme amount of force being used later.
More force now is less force later.
You spear him into the fucking door frame, stun him a little bit, fight him. Now you got to use BJJ on somebody like that. You got to be able to keep him down. Your homeboy is a minute and a half away, as opposed to him go in and get some fucking knife and come back out, and then you got to fucking kill him. That's actually a really good example of how that could look bad, fighting a dude in his kitchen in front of his whole family, but it prevented him grabbing something stupid and getting killed.
Yeah, I mean, and Monday Morning Quarterback, we're assholes, right, for even talking about it. But yes, the victim's out, house essentially empty. He goes back in. Okay, you know what? Call the unit, call everybody, surround. You can gas. You can even do pepper ball and all that without SWAT. But you're negotiating with a guy on cocaine. You're by yourself. You're either all in or all out, and that was kind of an in-betweener. And where I noticed, if you guys, Jimmy, I know there's a new to you, like the cop stuff, but when you start to watch those guys, what I want you to start paying attention to is you watch those guys that say the same thing over and over. And when a guy is stuck in that loop over and over in his brain, there's no more tools in the toolbox for him to go to.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know how to go hands-on. He doesn't know what to do next. So the only thing you'll hear is the same command over and over, because they're done. They have nothing left to go reach for in their brain. So they're just going to keep saying, get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground. They have nothing else.
That to me also is, I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, but I'm looking at it as like, not just that he has no tools, he has no plan. He has no plan for if
nothing
this
in his
doesn't
head.
work.
No.
Yeah, if this doesn't work, what am I going to do next? You know, like the escalation of force.
I want, when we watch these videos, just start paying attention to the over and over and over.
Yeah. If I tell this motherfucker, hey, dude, get on the ground or I'm going to pepper spray you, and I have to pepper spray him. Okay, what do I have next? Backup, hopefully, because that's a big boy, and maybe I just don't have it.
I have a really good. I got to get it. I don't know if it's still there. I have a good video of mine where I talked about the other day. A guy stabbed somebody, and I catch him walking across the street, and we end up in a backyard, and I give him a 2 or 3, like, get on the grounds. And then it's like, well, he's not listening. And then it goes from there to where we end up tasing him. But it's just, I'm not knocking me, because I don't know the other calls guys have been on. I can only refer to the ones I remember being on. And I didn't tase them. I didn't really do anything. But it's like having somebody with that mind on scene to go, okay, what's next? Because you'll see guys in videos just scream. One of the videos we always talk about, I know we've all seen it, the kid in Georgia that was killed in the right out of the academy, the guy in the white pickup truck, I believe it was, the military Vietnam vet that ends up executing him. And what that kid gets stuck in is the same thing over and over. Stop. The guy's he actively loading a gun in front of the kid, like getting ready to shoot him with the rifle. And the kid just stands there and says, drop the gun. Don't do that. Drop the gun. Doesn't fire until the guy actually produces a gun and fires it. It's like, you don't have that. It's not in your head that what comes next. And even walking, think about it. If you got a guy that you beat, and he goes back to the car and starts ruffling around the back seat, you're at deadly force. You can articulate that. What's he doing? He already fought with
Yeah.
me. He's reaching
Defying
around in
your
the back
orders.
seat.
Yeah.
We shot a guy over here. He killed somebody over by you, Kissimmee or Orange County. He killed a guy who was like an Arab, and he came here in the town. It hits the LPRs. They get him at Sam's Club, unarmed. Didn't have a gun, but he's yelling Allah Akbar, and he won't stop. And as soon as he reaches back in the car, he gets stitched up by the two guys on scene. No weapon, perfectly fine, perfectly good shoot. Like, you don't have to wait to have a gun presented at you when all those factors go in. What we happen to see, though, is really bad ones that Dom points out and everybody on the internet points out when we do really bad shit. But in those situations, like, you got to be in your mind. You have to have been there before, or at least thought about it.
Dylan gifted somebody a membership. Thanks, Dylan. We have Jay Sainer. Became a YouTube member, bro. Thank you so much. And Gay Sainer gifted the broadcast to another person. I don't really know how that works, but you guys are fucking amazing for helping each other out. Like we've always said, man, we got
a guy in here that's going to go read case law. That's pretty good.
What'd you say?
He said somebody types too fast. He's going to go read Supreme Court case law. That's a good idea.
But yeah, so we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Mike, are you gonna be back? Or are you gonna be gone?
I can go 15 more minutes after this.
All right, cool. And then we got a couple more videos. We'll get some good conversation with you guys in the chats.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis, for pets and people. To detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
What's up,
Yo.
dude? Where'd Jimmy go?
Right here.
I kicked you out. You must not like me.
Yeah, I just tried to clear the cache because I kept getting it where it would, like, you guys would just stop moving and then I would get the circle and then you would go really fast. And I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on here.
This show's also brought to you by Crave. Crave creatine gummies. We all need creatine for a lot of reasons. It pulls water into the muscles for size and definition, but it also improves your mood and your brain function, builds up to 30% lean muscle, and boosts strength up to 30%. When you take creatine, you give your body more power. That means you have more recovery time. You can lift more. You can stay sharp all day. Take 3 gummies a day. Get your 5 grams of creatine that you need. And if you don't love the flavor or feel the difference, Crave Creatine will give you your money back with a guarantee. So go to trycrave.com and use promo code antihero15 and get yourself some Crave gummies. Get that creatine in you. You want to do this, Jimmy? You got it by heart. You ready?
Okay. All right. So Flatline Fiber Co. If you are looking for SWAT teams, high-level military unit, see, there it goes again, man. Damn. So it's trusted by SWAT teams, high-level military units. Can you guys not hear me? What's
No,
going
we
on?
hear you now. You did like a little like a Stephen Hawking type thing.
Flatline
Fiber Company.
Oh my god,
That was pretty
dude.
good. That's exactly
I
what
don't
it
know
sounded
what
like.
the fuck. Anyway, go to Flatline Fiber Co. They got everything, man. They've got dump pouches, they got mad pouches, they got slings. It's made in the USA. It's 100% guaranteed. Go to flatlinefiberco.com. Use promo code antihero 15%. Help us pay the bills.
Right on, bro. And a little shameless plug for us. You guys like the stuff you're seeing. Me and Jimmy are wearing the hats. Counterculture. You guys all joining Counterculture Gaming. Counterculture Night Shift on the Counterculture. We've got Counterculture Inc. Threads. Go to countercultureincthreads.com and use promo code antihero. Save 15%. We got a couple new shirts on there. We got the Unfiltered Unfazed shirt, the Prepare for War shirt, the Counterculture shirt. We've got some restocks coming soon. Bunch of hats, beanies, anything you need. Zip up hoodies, pullover hoodies, fucking Ranger panties. We got it all. So go to countercultureincthreads.com and use promo code antihero15. Save 15%.
Can you hit mine when you're done?
Cotville's on the other computer, bro.
Right there. No, right there. Hit it on mine. It's on my screen.
Where?
Just share it. Right on
Oh,
my.
okay.
That's it.
Got it.
Yep. If you go to cotvilleog.com, use promo code antihero15 for 15% off the store. That's from now through Sunday night. I unlocked that one for you guys for the weekend. Cotvilleog.com, code antihero15, 15% off. I appreciate it. Somebody said something about videos. I don't usually do this, but I will share one. I'm getting one from a hostage standoff, but this is actually, I have a foot pursuit I was in and a vehicle pursuit I actually have because I screen recorded it. So as soon as it comes in, I will I'll put it up.
Oh, I guess I used the promo code is antihero for Counterculture Inc. Threads. I must have said antihero 15. Mike's is antihero 15 for Cotville, but
yes,
Counterculture Inc. Threads is antihero.
All right, here we go. Download. Okay.
When we get in a Shadow Cast shirt, Jimmy, we gonna
Soon, very soon. We're getting it. It's in the shadows right now, but it's coming out.
Let's go
This is
back.
never before seen footage of old man Cotville coming up.
Unk.
Hold on, almost done, and then I gotta go. All right. Oh no, this is a pain in the dick. Where did it put it? Download.
I got it. All right. So while we're waiting, if you didn't catch Night Shift last night, go to Counterculture YouTube, Counterculture Inc. YouTube, and watch the Night Shift. It was our first Night Shift ever, strictly on Counterculture Inc. And it got a little wild, and it was fun.
Did it?
But I saw this, and it kind of reminded me of last night.
Shelly, you got any more of that cheese toast? How about some rolls? Can a nigger get some rolls in here? Shelly, can an N-word get some rolls in here? What's up, Shelly?
There were some things that were said. Not that. The N-word wasn't said. But
No. All right. So this is a vehicle pursuit bailout I had. If you start the one, you'll see two videos. One's more zoomed in. You'll see like the street.
Well, it goes set 3753.
3753 will give you the 3753 will give you the vehicle bailout, and then you'll move to the other one. I get in the foot pursuit. So this is from my car, and I'm chasing. There's a Charger that just turned the corner right there to the right, and they all bail out. And this gives you an idea of what a head start these kids had. So if you look right, boom, they're already gone. They're already past the building right there, and you're gonna see me take off running. All right, and go to the other one. You'll see my body camera from inside my car.
It's weird. There you go. Okay, it's loading.
It's not playing. I don't see it.
Yeah, that's weird. It's I can hear it and I can see it, but it's not video. It's just a still of your hand.
Really? Try one more
Yeah,
time.
let me remove
Let me
it.
see if I can get. Maybe I can bring it to the desktop and try it again.
See, it's taking forever to load. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the video file or it shouldn't be the internet here. I can hear you running.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get that. Just that one. Copy.
I have a bunch of videos of me on a hard drive. I fucking ripped from body worn camera. Our fucking agency made us. They were cheap, right? So when you get issued body cameras from Axon, Axon also says we highly advise you to buy each officer a little tablet so he could monitor his videos and do his thing. And the first agency I had, they bought everybody fucking Google tablets to be able to take it to work with you, and strictly solely for the Axon body cam, right? Well, the agency I went to was like, we're not going to buy them. We're going to make the cops put the app on their phone.
Yeah, that's
so
what
I
they
had
do
to
with
go
us.
to Axon, download the Axon app on my own phone. Get this, Jimmy. Then they tried telling us that you can't screen record the videos that you play on your phone. It's against policy. And I'm like, but it's on my phone. And they're like, but it's our property. So I'm like, so you're telling me I have to download an app, utilize this app on my phone, but I can't download the videos? And I said, fuck that. So I got a bunch of videos of me.
Dude,
Oh, you doing anything?
I could probably play them.
Are the feds here, dude?
You want me to try again?
Jesus, no, I lost the whole screen. Hold on. I don't see you guys anymore.
Yeah, you're frozen.
All right, let me back out, come back in. Hold on.
We lost him.
Oh, he took all of his videos with him.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't
Yeah.
know that you guys couldn't have videos of yourself doing cool shit. That seems
Yeah,
gay.
so it's technically it's their property. It's public record, so you can request it in a public records request. But I was streaming it on my phone. I was watching videos of me doing cool shit. I mean, Heather knows. I sent her a video of me just tripping and falling once. I had my body worn camera on, and I stepped on a piece of fencing, and I just went and I fell, and I was like, "That's funny." I would screen record shit like that all the time, but we weren't allowed to, so I was never allowed to like release it.
Yeah,
because I was still a cop there, but I probably do it now.
I mean, so this is when you started getting good at editing videos. This is
right.
when you were looking at your
Yeah,
body
that's
cams.
when I got my origins.
See if that works. See if that works.
All right.
All right. That's me jumping out of the car. Body cam.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Oh, damn, he's getting it.
You're moving a
He
lot
is
faster
getting
in
it.
this video.
Yeah, a lot faster. I hear no commands.
No, he's not in sight. I can barely see him. 17-year-old black kid.
You know that kid was moving too.
Why?
Because he's got that young man,
Because he's wild.
tendons.
He got the extra tendon. With the fucking 100-foot taser cords.
Yeah.
Distraction on your technique.
Did you know you were gaining on him, Mike?
Oh yeah, I can see
Were
him.
you confident
You can't
around
see
this
it 'cause-
time?
oh yeah, I knew I had him. You can see him right around the corner here.
I knew I had him. Fucker, you made me run.
But here's calm down. No crazy.
Man, sometimes I miss it. Hey, you miss it sometimes, Mike.
So,
when you watch videos like that.
So to context that, I'm 40. That's 44 years old. 42 years old. Shift sergeant. I'm the sergeant. I don't have to do shit. I can sit under a fucking tree all day. That's me in the hood. It's a solid charger. Take a wide turn. Kind of turn a corner quick on me. Pursued it for about 2 minutes to where we ended up, and then they all three bailed. There's three of them. Three bailed. The passenger looked the heaviest and slowest, so I went after the passenger. That's part of the brain right here. I was like, all right, the two kids on the left look skinny and took off to the left. I'm like, here's a 6'1" fat kid. I'm like, let me go after him. But they had a 15 second head start. Car was stolen. He had some weed on him. But I mean, I don't like to say anything, but just composure. You just got in a foot chase. How many guys would run up, knee spike, kick, punch, dump, beat up, like all that stuff? It's like, I got him. He's on the ground. Gain control, gain compliance, get on the radio, cool off. And then, he pulls a gun out, he's face down away from me. So you saw I kind of positioned myself behind him.
Yeah.
So if he does pull a gun out, he's going to have to turn all the way back around, which would give me time to just dump the taser and pull my gun and shoot. So, and that's all going through my head while that's all happening. It's not like I'm just kind of making it up as I go. Like I'm thinking, let me reposition myself. Let me get behind him so I can be where he has to completely turn behind himself to shoot me. And that's it is what it is, man.
Dude. I really
it was
wish-
long. If you look at the
It
time, I
sucks
think
that-
I ran a minute, and it was over a minute of running.
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't be like, "You fucker, you made me run."
No, I mean that's staying in shape, being ready. You know, and that's like I said, I'm a supervisor. I don't have to do anything. I could fucking sit at my house all day, really. I mean, some guys do. So, but there I am. I enjoyed the job. I love the job. That's the kind of stuff I got into, and I love it. But
somebody said the Terminator run.
yeah, it's funny.
It's
And
the
you hear,
T-1000 run.
you hear when you hear the siren, that's me going across the street. My buddy's like the guy that ended up coming to help me, Nick Hatton, great dude. He's a pilot now at Martin County Sheriff's Office. He's coming by as I go across the street, and then he goes around the block and finds me. But
So
it's
yeah,
the
I
funny-
want to
like
put the
this, that
Terminator
80 is
music
great.
over that.
The funny thing is, though, when I first call out the pursuit, I'm like, I was 1180. I'm like 1180, vehicle's not stopping. 1180, we're westbound on MLK. Literally, not making it up. We're westbound on MLK. I'm like westbound MLK. Like 1180, we're passing 43rd, and nobody says anything. I'm like 35 seconds into this, and I'm on channel 1, and I go, "Can anyone hear me? Like, is anybody listening?" And like, my lieutenant was coming from far away. My buddy Mathis is my lieutenant, and then all of a sudden, the K9 was right there. Nick was right there. I don't know. They were like, their brains froze for a minute. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just on my fucking own. Like nobody's did I die? Did I hit a fucking telephone pole like 10 seconds ago? And I'm still in my head. I think I'm still driving. Like, I'm like, am I alive? Like, what's going on? So, but no, that was peak shape right there, man. That was right after I made SWAT. I just got promoted. Like, that was it.
Oh, so that was a couple years. That was like 10 years ago.
That was 2022.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like peak.
Okay.
I'm peak like loving
That
life
is
right
what
there.
peak male performance.
That's it,
looks
man.
like
That's
right
an old
there.
man, dude. Like I said, 22. That's 4 years ago. I'm 41 going on 42 right there.
Hawked him down.
So,
Dude,
all right, dogs.
I
I got to go get my knee
and-
fixed so I can run like that again.
all right, brother.
See you
All right,
guys,
later, man.
see you
Can't
guys
wait.
Monday. Take care.
Man, that was a good video. I'm like, that was a great.
Yeah, I
video.
guess maybe I should maybe next Friday we'll break down. I'm not trying to outdo Mike,
Nah.
but I've got some killer videos too. Kind of to put to rest. I honestly think, Jimmy, I think the parking lot joke got out of hand. And I was thinking the other day, I'm like, do I need to actually let people know that I was on street crimes and all this stuff? The parking lot jokes was my last year at the agency. I checked out. I was going to focus on the podcast full time just to get that off the ground. So at work, dude, I would respond to calls. I was a great cop. I would if you called me, I'd do my job, but I wasn't out there looking for dope and guns and bad guys. And, you know, I was in a better area, kind of in the hood. Like, well, I was in old school hood. They didn't really call that much. They handled their own. And when you'd go, they'd comply with you as much as they could because they, in some weird shape, in some weird way, old school hood respects cops. Like it's a respect thing. We don't go in there unless we have to, and they don't go out of the lines crazy to where we have to go in there. So it's kind of
exactly.
Yeah, somebody's asking if Counterculture Inc. can put Crave in the box. No, so Counterculture Inc. is owned by me, the t-shirt company, and I pack all the orders, and me and Heather run that. But Crave Creatine is a totally different entity out of Florida, but they're sponsors of the show. So I can't box them together, but that's a good question.
I mean, that would be. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, sorry.
Tyler,
Man.
I do have awards on the wall. I mean, I need an office to put all my awards like an old man.
Well, I mean, dude, like I got awards, but I mean,
Cheese Spread says I've been
you know how much I don't care about awards.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
I like honestly awards
I can
for me.
I can see it.
Go ahead. You did that. I think you break up on a
No, I was just
cycle.
gonna
I
say-
think you do like 6 minutes, and then at the exact same time it does it, and it buffers, and then you have 6 minutes of no breakup.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Like I literally fucking it fucking makes me pissed off. It's like one of these
No, I
things-
noticed about awards was I do it. I don't neglect them for my family's sake. I remember the last award that I was given. It was an award ceremony, and it was for something that like wasn't really I was part of. And I was kind of like, this is kind of my job. Like it felt like more of the agency trying to say, hey, we award our officers for bringing somebody into custody without really hurting him. It was a suicidal dude. Fucking took 20 cops in there with a drone and a shield, and he complied, and he was bloody, and we took him into custody and got him the help he needed. Right. That looks good. That's good press. That's
Right.
great press for an agency. So they gave us all awards for that. And I was like, I do this call all the time. I don't really see the point of it. But Heather was like, I would really like the kids to be there for this one and to see their dad getting an award. I think it just looks good. Especially I was on my way out. We had already planned that I was leaving soon. And this might be the only time that the kids get to see me in uniform getting an award. So that's what we
Yeah.
that's why I did it. But I'm the same way as you, dude. I don't really like, and when I have awards on the wall. Just I literally make my kids walk past them every day. That's the only reason why they're there. I don't want praise. I want like this is the standard. You know, you might have a goofy dad that has tattoos and plays football in the backyard with you, but it was and he has a podcast, but it was a long road to get there. And you can kind of see my life walking up the stairs from the start at 19 years old in the military up until I graduated college and then the police. So I make those little fuckers walk by it.
Yeah, and I had my helmet in there with that was dinged up. I got me, my dad, and my grandpa's helmet. That's
That is cool. That is cool. That's actually the helmet your family wore.
Yeah, so the one the K-pot the one underneath mine, that was my dad's helmet when he became a jump master, and one that he wore in Bosnia, Haiti, and Kosovo, and all those other places. And before we changed over to the Mitch, and then the one underneath that is my grandfather's flight helmet when he was a Navy fighter pilot. And then that's the thing. So it's one of those things where it's like, hey, dude, like understand this is the fucking standard. It is the standard. And, I can absolutely sit here and go, we're fighting for the military industrial complex and all this other stuff. But at the same time, it's like, we do also join the military and we do warrior shit too.
Yeah. And man, I was not good at getting it out when we were talking to Elizabeth Lane. I just couldn't I still can't find the words. Is like, you're never going to be able to tell a generation of 20-year-old kids, maybe you don't realize the cons of joining a war machine until you're much older. No 20-year-old kid is going to go, I'm not joining the military because of this, that, and actually make sense of it. They're not going to be able to tell you oh, this is a privatized military industrial complex where all politicians get rich and we don't need to be there for this. Kids just want to go to war because they see the movies, they see their family lineage like you. Can you imagine how you would feel right now at your age had never doing the military? You'd be on a totally different trajectory, and you wouldn't know each other. You might be sitting at H&R Block in a cubicle.
Nope.
You might be happy. Who knows? But you would always look back and go, I was the guy I broke the family lineage line of not serving my country. And I don't really think, Jimmy, to be honest with you, I don't think you would ever recover from that.
No, I don't. I don't. The thing about it is I'm buffering again. There we go. Okay, I'm back. With my family specifically, being the guy that broke that during the war, my family, they could say what they want, but they wouldn't have been cool with that. They would not have been cool with that. Like, oh, you didn't go to the war? I don't think so. I really don't. I think my dad might say something different. But if the war, if I had not been in, okay, if I had not been in, say I'm 19 years old, September 11th happens and I am not in the army already, and the war is going by, and my father is in the army, and I am fucking around at Home Depot, I think my family would have been like, get your motherfucking ass, go fight the war. What's wrong with you? We got attacked. What's wrong with you? Of course, I wanted to do it. Nobody fucking made me. I wanted to do it since I was little. You know what I mean? It was all I ever wanted to do. The hardest part about getting out was going, what the fuck am I doing now? And who the yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Or did I get
Yeah. No, it
yeah.
does. It makes sense. I don't know, dude. It's I never really I had no ambitions of doing any of this when I was a kid. I was in a band. I think around 18 or 19 I kind of knew. No, I think around 17 or 18 I kind of knew I was going to be a cop, but I never really accepted it. I never talked about it. I told very few people like maybe I'll be a police officer like my dad, but like I was always striving to make the band work. For like 4 years of my life, I was going to be in a heavy metal rock band forever. And then I turned 19 and I was like, this shit sucks, dude. Like there's no money in it. There's no money in being an artist, an actor, an artiste, some kind of like something like that in a band. Like there's just no money in it. And so I was like, okay, well, I want to be a police officer, but I couldn't join in the state of Virginia. You couldn't be a cop until you're 21.
Yeah,
So
it's
like, well, go ahead.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what we would do. I don't know that anything else would have really fit our mindset. You know what I mean? Like that, like we already had the personality that was sort of bent towards that. So there was just no way that it was going to be anything else.
I just think there's kids that play Army and you're never going to take that out of them, dude. Like kids that run around with guns, they might change. Like obviously my 13-year-old was that kid. Costumes every day, policeman, army man, guns, and then they get older and they get into sports and they get, and I think that stays inside them. And then when they turn into a young adult, it comes back out. And my son right now couldn't tell you if he gave $1 million what he wants to do when he's older. Because I had to have the hard conversation with him. I had the same things. He wants to be a pro football player, right? That was last year. He was 12. And I was like, as a dad, man, like how do you have that? All jokes aside, you're white. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's look at but that being said, you're not as like that's just it's a 1 in a million shot. And I can tell you right now, I know you're not you don't love football that much. Those people wake up and they go to sleep thinking football is training all day. But I was the same way when I was kids. Like I knew I wanted to do something different, but I didn't know. I didn't want to be in a cubicle. Much like you, probably. I knew I didn't want a regular, normal life. And I think once kids accept that, or young men accept that, like, listen, dude, you can go have a job, right? And if meeting the perfect woman and having the perfect marriage and having the children under the house and raises and moving up and you work for, but your job is boring. There's nothing humble, or there's not humble. There's nothing like prideful about your job, but the fact that you take care of your family and your wife makes you fucking proud. Like those videos, I get so jealous sometimes, like the dudes that come home from like a 12-hour day of blue collar work and they have the kids running up to them and they're like, this is the fantasy I always wanted. And I'm like, man, I look back, but when those guys sometimes look at, like, they watch Cops or they watch military movies and like, man, should I have done something like that? And it's a trade-off. If you know young, I'm not going to be a regular dude. Like I need to do something where I take pride in the job. I need to be a first responder. I need to be military. But at the end of the day, around this time in our age, we all meet up in our political views and what we, and so we got blue collar guys that watch this show that are the dudes that I just talked about who go to work every fucking day and they take pride in their labor and the fact that they're able to provide for their families and their wives don't work and they're, and you got the guys that we were. And like I said, we just all meet after that journey. You just got to pick, you got to pick one route. I don't know if I'm making fucking sense right now.
No, you're making perfect sense. I mean, like who the fuck, like I've done blue collar work. I've done, working in the trades. I liked that. I've done sitting behind a desk. And I've done carrying a gun. And I've also been on a podcast. I mean, like, good God, I've lived so many lives now. It's sort of crazy. When I look at everything, I go, okay, every one of them had its pros and cons. I mean, I didn't think I got into like the trades, just because it was something to do. It was a job. Like I needed a job. I got a job. And I didn't. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I'm back. I was not
You're good.
prepared
Every
for
time you
how
notice
much
it,
I really
Jimmy,
enjoyed.
Every
Yeah.
time you notice it, it's done. So you're like, oh, we're doing it,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's already done it. So but keep going. You can get
Okay.
you can hear you. It's just a little choppy for like
Yeah.
10 seconds.
When I got into the trades, I was just like, okay, this is something I can do, and then I'll find, I'll get something else. I was not prepared for how much I enjoyed it, how much I really liked the guys that I worked with, how fulfilling it was, and especially as I started to get good at it. And to go from holy shit, I know I'm nobody and I know nothing to holy shit, I'm teaching other people how to do this now, because there was no trade school for what I was learning. You just had to do OJT. And I miss that job. I really do. But at the same time, like if you ask me like what would I go back to in a heartbeat? I go back to being a grunt, man. I go back to being a
No
grunt.
war though, bro. There ain't no war.
That's the problem. Is like it would have, and that's what I keep telling myself. I have to tell myself this all the time. Like, hey, you can't go back to the old platoon. The old platoon's gone. It's never going to be the way it was. Even if you could go back into the army tomorrow, it will not be the same guys. It will not be the same unit. It will not be the same army. I'm literally a throwback from a bygone era. Like I'm not the guy anymore. I wasn't the droid that they were looking for towards the end anyway.
Well, the way I look at it is if you can have don't make it your identity, right?
Yeah.
Know that you're never going to be the best at it. I get a lot of inspiration from Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
He is probably the number one sportscaster out there. Out of popularity and success. He was a fucking kicker for 7 years?
Yeah.
And I've seen it. You don't have to be the best at the job to be able to move on in life and have success. You just need that. You need that portion. Now, he would have no credibility if he wasn't in the NFL.
But
so he needed to be in there.
He was in. I mean, he was the best punter in the NFL when he was playing.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was the best. Not only was he the best, he was on a team that was very successful for quite a while. And he was known as the hardest hitting punter in the NFL. He has a lot of tackles, which you can either look at as a good thing or a bad thing, but he's absolutely got a highlight reel of tackles. He's one of the only punters that does.
Okay. I haven't seen that actually. Yeah.
So, I mean, McAfee took what he had. And the thing though, is that like, he was like, when he was retiring, people were saying like, hey, if you want to get into the media business, you can go to this, go to this course and go to this thing, and people will go there. And if they want to pick you up, then, they'll talk to you. Nobody wanted him. Nobody. He went to this thing
Really?
and none of the media companies wanted him. So he was like, fuck you. I'll do it myself. Right. And so he started out. I mean, I started watching him when he had 75,000 followers.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And ironically, it was my buddy that I was working with at the low voltage company who was from Indiana. And he would put it on in the van as we were going from one place to another. And I'm like, this guy's pretty funny. I like him. Cool stories and just funny stuff. And he was really entertaining. And so eventually, he got huge, and now it's not what it used to be. But man, he literally, when they first got their first big break, he literally brought a fucking big old bag of money in a big blue gym bag to all of his boys, and was like, "Here you go."
Dude, that's what's up, man. And I'm looking at that stuff now. Like these people, like Aquapunk says, I'm having to tell my kid that he's reached the ceiling as a hockey player and that he's got to find the drive internally to put in the work outside of practice, or accept he's going to get pushed out. Dude, I didn't that's the whole point of the show. I didn't know that anybody I could talk to was going through the same fucking thing, dude. Me and Heather have to have talks with the middle kid about, dude, we're not trying to kill your fucking goals. We're really not, but I know you're not working as hard. We need to be realistic, because if I tell you oh yeah, go chase your dreams, son, and just let you do that and you fail. Where was your father at? Your father needs to be the one telling you that the things that no one will tell you because they care. Yeah. You're not going to be a fucking pro fucking football player, bro. And that's not you, dude. It's not like when I talk to my son, I'm like, that's not me saying that you're not good enough. I'm like, look at the odds. That's like saying dad's gonna go to the fucking grocery store and win the $1 million lottery ticket. So don't worry, I'm not gonna work. I'm just gonna focus on lottery. Sure. Is it a pipe like Mike? Mike's pipe dream is to fucking hit the Mega Million, but that doesn't mean he doesn't go to work. And so,
right.
I think having other dudes, in this community that we built is like other dudes are going through the same fucking thing. And I just really quick, Jim, before you say something, somebody was it Aquapunk, I think, said, I've done firefighting, police, and now boring desk job. For a while, I wanted the job to mean something, but after a while, the drawbacks weren't worth the good parts. And we all go through that shit too, dude. For you, 10 years in the military, you're like, dude, it's not worth staying in, dude. It's just not. I weighed my options, and same thing with me with cop work, dude. I couldn't take it anymore, and I didn't want to do it. And so, dudes are out there, same stories we have.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the fucking hard part, man, is that you look at this stuff and you just go like, I love this, but I don't love all of this. And you eventually it's almost like falling out of love with somebody. You're just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. And especially when you still have, I loved that job, but I couldn't do it anymore. Just because of what it was doing to me. And then, by the same token, I look at I'm going to use my little brother as an example. My little brother worked his ass off to be a good football player. He was worked out all the time. He did everything he possibly could to be a good football player. And he was he's a football guy. But I mean, at some point it's like, dude, you're not going to go play in the NFL. Like you have gone as far as you can go. You've given up 110%. This is where you've maxed out at, which is, NAIA football. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's people that don't make it that far. Okay. But that's where you're going to go. And then that's a very different conversation than somebody who's like, oh yeah, I want to play professional football. It's like, dude, you don't even fucking hustle in practice. Like, you're not doing any of the things you need to do. You tell me you want to be a football player, you got to love it. And you clearly don't.
It's like anything, though. It's like anything that you want to aspire to do, make it a success or a dream or something. Like to have a regular job, you don't have to fucking love it. You just gotta love the idea of stability and a family and love the idea that what that job's going to bring you in your life, right? If you're going to do a passion as your moneymaker, I remember one time, one of the reasons why is I was a senior in high school, I was taking music theory 2. And my music teacher, awesome dude, Mr. Tucker, he said, we were talking about playing in bands, and he's older, man. He was 50 some at the time. He's probably fucking, I don't even know if he's alive anymore, but he said, he goes, listen, gents, all you guys that want to be in a rock band, he's like, what I tell people is you've got to love that guitar. That guitar has got to be the same as your left and your right arm. You sleep with that guitar's on your mind all day long, in your hands all day long. If that is not the case, you are not going to be a successful guitar player. Dude, rocked my fucking world, dude. It's like, I don't like guitar that much. I really don't. And so that's the kind of conversations I'm having to try and have with my kids, is that, you don't love football that much, and you need to love it as much as I'm telling you need to love it in order to have a shot at it. Like a shot.
Just a shot. I mean, but here's the other thing too. I mean, and this kind of goes to the other part of the conversation we had earlier, is that people that carry a gun for a living, you should really be practicing that much. It should be very much an extension of yourself, and you need to love the training part of it. because like the stakes are really high in what you're doing, which is sort of the inverse. It's like, hey, this really cool thing that I would really want to do, I have to work super hard at it. This really dangerous thing that is what I actually do, I got to work super hard at it.
Yeah.
So, you got to work super hard. If you want to be anything in life, you just got to fucking work hard. Man,
Yeah.
like
When you want something too, man,
and there's no guarantee.
No, that's the thing.
You
And
know?
I've always said this. I think success is a mixture of a couple things. Success is hard work mixed with actual God-given talent and opportunity. Right? Those three things really have to kind of 2 out of 3, maybe you get close, but to really be successful, you have to have the work ethic, you have to have that God-given talent, and you have to have the opportunity. If you don't have those 3 things, it's very hard. You could have 2, but if you never have the window, you're never going to get seen. You could have the window, but you can't perform to get through the window. And so, it's like anything, dude. It took me 3 tryouts to get on SWAT, dude. 3. I failed twice. Oh, I was a no select the first time at one agency, and then I failed tryouts at my second agency. And at the second attempt at my second agency is when I got on the team. And it's like, the military really can't fail anything. I never tried anything in the military that I would fail at. Big, like, I didn't really do anything crazy. I was too young. I didn't want to go SF or anything like that. But
I was a 24-day non-selected at SFAS. That sucked.
Non-select's gotta suck, bro. I don't know what's worth not being picked or failing.
Yeah. So I got my PT was good and my peers were good. I fucked up the D lab. I knew I fucked up the D lab when I was taking it. I knew I had fucked it up. So when I got in there, they gave you your exit brief. They tell you can come back in 6 months. This is what you suck at. This is what you can do to work on it. And it really sucked because I got done with everything. You get done with the track at the end. Like land nav kills most people at SFAS.
For anybody listening or watching, SFAS is a selection process for special forces.
Right. So SFA, look, there's good dudes that don't make it through. I wasn't going to make it because I sucked at fucking foreign language. And I think I probably would have, they probably would have taken my scores from foreign language if I had been a PT stud and a rock star on everything else. Right. But I was how do I put this? I wasn't mediocre, but I was a little above average, right? I was a little above average in PT. I was a little above average at the STAR course. I was a little above average in all the other things I had to do, but I was not like holy shit, this guy's lighting the world on fire, right?
Yeah.
And the thing that I kept telling myself the whole time was, I'm not going to quit. I won't quit. They'll have to kick me out, and I may not be the fastest, but it doesn't matter. Dude, you would stand up there, they'd get up on this podium, and they'd be like, and they had just done log and rifle PT, and so your legs are smoked, your arms are smoked, everything hurts. You're like, fuck, man. And they're standing up there with a book that says 12-mile road march standards, right? Right. And this is one of the mind fucks, right? It was like they never told you how far you had to go, but this time we could see it, and that's how I was like, this is a fucking mind game. I don't know how far we're going, but I don't think it's 12 miles. So,
you were thinking maybe it was going to be less than 12 or more than 12.
I think it was. I thought it was a fucking game. I didn't think we were going to go that far. So they said, okay, your mission is to conduct a tactical foot movement. Don't make any significant left or right hand turns without a cone or a cadre member directing you. The starting line is over there. Have a good one. So you go stand over there and you wait, and they say go, and I'm going, and I'm in this big group of people. There was probably 150, 200 of us, and I'm watching guys peel out and just quit.
Really? Guys are quitting?
Yeah. Right there, just turning around and quitting. Because they didn't want to go 12 miles after log and rifle PT. And I was just like, I put my head down and I said, I don't know how far we're actually going to go, but I'm going to go as far until my legs fall off. And I swear to God, dude, we moved 500 meters and that was the end of the tactical foot movement. And then we did fucking compass stuff. All those guys quit for nothing.
Oh man, dude, I remember that, dude. But there's different mind games. There's like that mind game, and then there's the one where, like, let's say you're running, you do the same run every day.
Yeah.
And like, let's say a water tower, you're like, okay, once we pass this water tower, we're gonna make a right, we're gonna be done.
Yeah.
And you built, it's all in your head because you told yourself, I'm good to this water tower. As soon as you pass and now you don't know when you're in the unknown, that's when everything starts going to shit and your brain starts affecting. I'm hurt. I can't make it. And the unknown is when guys quit. Which is different than your story because they had a 12 miles in their head and they were like, I can't do this. And man, that's crazy, dude.
And that's dude. I swear to God, like I remember watching people in front of me, just like everybody passed the starting line, and I remember watching people just turn around and peel off. And you're wearing a ruck. I mean, you're moving out, and I was like, I don't know how far we're going, but I'm just gonna go. And then that was, dude, it was fucking. I mean, and we did. So when you do the trek is 30 miles. Yeah, 30 miles. And they starts at night, you end during the day, and you've got how much your ruck is supposed to weigh, right?
How long does it take to do that?
I want to say
I've never rucked more than 12 miles.
7 hours. 7 hours.
Yeah, 12 miles has got to be done in 3 hours.
So
I remember they did some makeshift EIB. It was some weird competition that they were doing interdivision. And they were using EIB standards for this competition. And it was really unorganized. They were just like, hey, the platoon's going to go do this. And we're like, what? We had like 3 days notice. So we go out on the land nav course. We do land nav. And they're like, we're out until fucking 4 a.m. because it's conventional stuff. So no, we can't leave until fucking, it's not like you're done, go home and come back for the 12 miler. We all had to stay out there for hours and wait. They brought us back to the company. We slept in the locker room for an hour and a half. And then they were like, all right, we're going on the 12-mile road march. And we're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this is supposed to be a fucking Thursday at work. No one was in the mindset to go out here and fucking crush it for EIB. And so we go out and we start this 12-mile road march. I'm like, dude, no sleep. Fucking legs were smoked because we just did land nav 8 hours prior. Or not even 8 hours, 5 hours. We were out there doing land nav for fucking hours, walking miles. And I'm like, shouldn't we have if we're going to be scored on this, shouldn't we have like at least 8 hours of rest in between iterations of, and dude, guys were just like, fuck this, dude. They were quitting. And I did the whole thing, but I didn't do it in EIB. I did it in like through 3 hours and 40 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, I felt kind of bad about it. And they were like, you're one of the only people left. Everybody quit. I'm like, we had the option to quit. I had never been hungry. I hate fucking peanut butter crackers, dude. When I got to the halfway point, I was like, give me some food, dude. I like, my body was shutting down, and I had a cracker, and I just felt like, because you had the calories and the energy. And I remember thinking, like, I didn't know quitting was an option because I would have fucking quit this because it was badly managed. It was poorly done. They did not care about our health or well-being at all in it. They were it was a bunch of admin or brass trying to look good during this whole thing. And I remember being pissed because I would have quit. I didn't know we could quit. It was me and my buddy Joe Monjovi, dude. We just kept going. Our platoon and company just started, and we were like looking back, we're like, we're either really, really doing really good or we're doing really bad. Like we're so like they quit and packed up and they left, and we don't know where the ending point is. But yeah, we didn't make EIB, but we had an hour's sleep, not even sleep, in a locker room in the same BDUs. And hours prior, we were walking miles in land nav. So I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, dude. So like so when you go to SFAS, right, you do the STAR course, right, which is all night land navigation, and it sucks. It sucks. and you're moving, 16, 20 clicks a night, and you do that for 4 days, and then you go into team week, and you do team week, and then once that's done, then you do the trek, which is 30 clicks, right? It's 30-kilometer road march. You need to have it done in about between 7 and 8 hours. And like, I mean, I got it. I came in under the wire. I was like, God, I was fucking smoked. And I can't imagine just, ever being in a position where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to quit now. Unless it was like, even something like that, where it was like forced on you. It was like, okay, well, maybe fuck this. I don't care that much. But I mean, like, gut check with each other. Like, let's just fucking, we got nothing to prove to these fucking officers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just quitting, like you saying, dude. Quitting's just, if I wanted it, we might be retarded, Jimmy. That might not be sheer will and drive. It might be mental retardation that just doesn't tell us to quit. When everything is telling you to quit, when the odds are stacked against you, when people are in your fucking DMs and comments saying you guys are fucking losers, quit. It's almost like the fucking devil himself is sitting there going, you don't have it in you, quit. And you're like, against all odds, blind, can't see, don't know what you're doing. You got your buddy's hand in this hand, your buddy's hand in this hand, and you're just fucking ripping through it, dude. And yeah, people might think we're retarded, but
I mean, maybe we are, but I mean, like, there's plenty of people that were. I mean, McAfee was told to quit for a while.
Yeah, St. McAfee. He needs to be up there on the wall of people. St. McAfee, St. Jerry.
Yeah, dude. I mean, McAfee. McAfee more than anybody else in this like online space, like epitomized like growing it from nothing. Nobody was helping him. Nobody was like, who cares what a fucking punter, like who fucking cares? The only people that really knew who he was were people from Indianapolis, and that's it. Nobody cared, and he fucking made it work.
James Del Cruz says, Tyler, Jimmy, remember those days when we would do company runs and they would run past the barracks to make you think we were done, but then they kept running.
See, they didn't have to do so in Hawaii you have Kolikoli, right? You have the Kolikoli Pass. So you'll run up to the top of Kolikoli and back down. And like normally, like it was all about like, when are we going to turn around? Are we going to go all the way to the top? And then you'd go all the way to the top, and people don't know this, but like it's actually harder to run downhill when your legs are all rubbery than it is to go.
You don't have any control.
You're just like,
you got to use more restraint in your muscles to stop from toppling over.
Yeah, and so you're like running downhill, and you're just like, I mean, like people are fucking wiping out, and just like dude. Yeah, like you may end up going off the cliff, dude. There's a fucking cliff right over there. There's some trees, and that's it. You're gone, dude. So it's like, okay, here we go. And you get to the back, and they're like, is there going to be trucks there? Are we going to have to march all the way back to the barracks? Like,
yeah, it's always in your head, dude. Aquapunk says, Jimmy, you still accomplished something so few people have done, and that is fucking a fact, bro. I never went to fucking SFAS. Tons of people that serve had the opportunity and they chose not to. And that's actually a really good point. Pride Assassin says, that's my problem. I'm too retarded to quit. That's a shirt right there. Too retarded to quit.
Too retarded to quit.
Ficus says 1 foot in front of the other. Absolutely. Colt says, Jesus didn't quit carrying the 300-pound cross after being beat. I ain't quitting. I love that shit, dude. Heather says most people would have quit with the shit I've seen or been through, but Jesus didn't die for us, just for us to quit. Love it, man. You guys are on point right now. I feel like we all got to know each other a little bit in this episode.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's it's Casual Friday. It's sort of what happens. I loved every opportunity I got, and sometimes it's really wild to look back and when you like tell the story and you're like, oh, I guess I did do that.
Yeah, no, dude, it's crazy. I mean, we live in the humbleness in us does not allow us to think that we are better than anybody else. We come from a place in an environment and cultures where nobody wants to hear you tell your cool stories. And we also are in a culture now where we actually tell people, stop telling people your cool stories, right? If people want to ask, they'll ask. And I think that we're humble dudes, and we're one of the guys. And every time I have a cool story, somebody else has got an even cooler story. And I fell short in categories that a lot of our people in our, like in the 99%, no one's the fucking best at everything. And I feel like, when you feel that way, there's a podcast for that too.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing is that like, even when you tell that story, you're like, hey man, like, oh, so it's like, oh, you're a 24-day non-select. Who fucking cares? You sucked. You weren't good enough for special forces. That's what you basically just told me. And it's like, yeah, okay, I wasn't. But still when you look at that in comparison to, because we judge ourselves against the people that were our peers, right? We don't look at the civilians. We look at other military and law enforcement professionals. That's how we judge ourselves. So, but when the average person hears this stuff, they're like, dude, that sounds pretty fucking gnarly, bro. And it's like, yeah, it's okay. Because you're always kind of judging yourself going like, I'm not that guy.
Yeah. I mean, dude, here's the one thing I will say. You've got to fucking shoot for the fucking moon. And at one day you will go and you will hit your first failure. And you got to keep going because it sharpens that person that's who you are. And you become the person you are because of your successes and of your failures. If you never shoot for the moon, and I'm talking anything, you want to be the best in your fucking HVAC class to get the best job, to get with the best company, right? All these things, like it applies to everybody, but it's, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now had I not tried to do the things that I was successful at and tried to do the things that I failed at. And we wouldn't have this 99%.
Well, I mean, dude, there's plenty of people out there, myself included, that are like, I'm not going to start a podcast. The odds of it fucking being successful are next to nothing. I'm not going to waste my time. Right? Mm-hmm. You just went, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm sure there were plenty of people out there, but I think that because of your defiance, you were just like, oh, you're telling me I can't do it? That just makes me want to do it more. Fuck you.
Yeah, I did. I mean, like I don't know. I just didn't. I when I do something, I don't do it with there's a chance that I might fail at it. I'm just not going to do that thing.
Right.
I don't really have any hobbies. I think like any man in our community that we built, any of us, we're going to go, I'm going to be the best husband and the best father and the best at my job and the best friend. And that's really, I think like working out is probably like my only hobby. I don't really take that very I'm trying to take it more seriously, but I don't fucking think I'm a failure if I don't go into the gym for 2.5 hours and fucking don't get 7 meals in a day. Like but the people that are fucking huge, that's their mindset. They don't go work out for a fucking hobby. They bodybuild because it's their passion. It's what they there's no failure. There's no missing a meal. There's no missing a gym workout like that. And I can see that because that's not really where I don't really care that much about that, but I care about other things. And sometimes people do a podcast, like you said, they love doing it, man. They love connecting with people. They love talking. They love it's a passion hobby for them. But being the number one fucking broadcast in for our community is not what they care about. And they'll tell you that.
Well, and being, I mean, that's the other thing too, is that like this stuff it goes so much further once you start opening your eyes and you start really, really embracing the whole mindset behind it. And then you feel like this, like, it's not just something I like to do. It's also something I have to do. I need to do this. I need to do this important, what I'm doing. And I'm not saying that because like, oh yeah, we're super important. That's not it. It's more of like, I hear the people telling me how much this is helping them. I hear the people saying how cool it is to have this community. I hear that. And it's like, okay, well, we got to do that. We got to do that.
Yeah. Jay says people will tell you that you can't do it when you are grinding. Then they will tell you they always believed in you when you make it. I fucking love that.
That's true.
So true, man. And always remember the people that were there for you, you know, going through it. And they're not the people that tell you good job because they're there with you the whole time. So never forget that. James says prestige worldwide, wide. I don't really know what that has to do with this conversation, but I know exactly what he's talking about. That's from Step Brothers, by the way. That's the
yeah.
Prestige worldwide, wide.
Yeah, I mean, like even like, you know, all of it, even with like the Discord and everything else, like there's so many people, there's so many things to talk about. There's so much going on, and you know, now that I'm gonna have a little bit of more time, I can really work on the Discord a little bit more because I won't have to drive as much, which is going to be great. And should be getting into the apartment here very soon. So
hell yeah, bro.
Yeah,
lot. That'll be fun stress. Moving is always a fun stress. It's a new place, new beginnings, new fucking start.
I'm ready to just, you know, get it all in there, get it squared away. Let's go.
You're gonna build yourself a little studio?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll have like I'll get everything out of there, and it's you know, it's gonna be a fight, but we'll knock it out. We'll get it done. So, you know, hopefully we can start doing that. Like as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna like, okay, what's the deal? What's the status? Like, where are we going? You know, what's our plan? So, because it's 50% me going like, okay, this is where we need to go, and then making some decisions, and then it's like, okay, we're done, we're ready. I was like, cool, let's go.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Oh, good.
We got James Dela Cruz became a YouTube member.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks, brother. Oh man, I really want to not be sick anymore. That is really fun. I hear like a fucking commercial from Mucinex.
When you freeze too, you also sound like the fucking guy from Tropic Thunder that's retarded.
Simple Jack.
Simple Jack. We got Thank you, Justin. We got open mic at 3. Also, Justin, I will be about 5 minutes late to that. And I'm so sorry. Start without me, but I will be here. Everything will be set up. I'm flying through the door. I have a doctor's appointment that's gonna probably go to actually like 2:55, but it's right down the road. I'm gonna drive in my car and I'm gonna run in here and sit down and jump in. Sorry.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
All right. You guys be safe out there. Have a good weekend. If something pops off, you might see an emergency broadcast, might not. What the fuck are we doing for the Super Bowl? We're at least doing a halftime show. We got to start promoting that. If Jimmy survives the weekend.
Yes, we'll do that. We're doing the halftime show.
All right, guys. We will see you Sunday then for the Super Bowl anti-hero halftime show. Love y'all. Stay safe. God bless.
JV team for life.